Now.
Oh, good. Fantastico. I was just like, you know what? May as well. We'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. I think we're live.
Oh, there it is.
I was like, I heard my.
I just got a notification. At least they're working.
Oh. How is everyone? Welcome to this Saturday evening chit-chat and cards reading with, tonight it says Apprentice Oracle. Johnny from Tarot's Apprentice and Apprentice Oracle. Thank you so much for joining me, sir. I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
I absolutely appreciate you. You guys know how we do. We serious, but we also have a couple crackles and laughs and BS and whatnot. So we're going to give it just another couple minutes just to see if more people file in, and then we'll get it started.
You always have the nicest cups. I always want one of them cups. All I got is mugs, and they're all odd mugs. I want a fancy cup too.
I have this thing with coffee tumblers. Like they have to be like car ready. You can turn it over because I always put them in my purse and then we'll just go hit the street. So it's like it has to be leak proof. This one was actually a gift, and it's one of those like super fancy ones. I ain't doing nothing but drinking liquor out of it.
Now that's what I was reading. That's what the complaint was about the what do you call the really expensive ones? Yeti.
Yeah.
They said that's the problem with those is they're good for keeping hot and cold, but once you turn it over, it leaks.
It's a wrap.
A lot of people say they just take it and throw it in the bag and then hit the door, but then they open the bag and it's full of coffee.
Yes. All kinds, yes. I will say and I'm not trying to plug a brand, but I'm just gonna be real. The Arctic cups are really good. I can put those in my purse and like they won't pee everywhere. But the Yeti doesn't keep cold drinks cold that long. Isn't that the whole point of the Yeti is to keep SHIT ice cold?
I guess it's just a hot cup.
Right. I was like, it keeps my coffee scorched and hot. My little liquor drinks.
And I don't know if I want that. I want the coffee at some point to come down in temperature. That way I can just drink it.
You sound like my dad. I hate to put you in the category of a 73-year-old black man.
I got a tour right now in here doing what my dad would do. Pull some shite out the grease and stick it in his mouth.
Oh, wow.
It's like, so I had the air fryer, right? And so I pulled French fries out of the air fryer and put that son of a suck in my mouth and it burned.
You can actually like reach in your mouth and peel off the skin.
It's feeling.
Yeah.
I'm like, I couldn't get it out fast enough.
Yeah.
Like, what was I thinking about? I guess because I didn't see, grease steam coming off of it.
So that's okay. It's warm. Yeah.
God, dog.
Not so much.
That crap hurts.
I'm really bad about that too. And my friends are like, you have no patience. Like as soon as we go out to eat, as soon as the plate comes in front of me, I'm like, you're like gremlin.
But that's the point. I'm sitting down to eat. I'm not doing jigsaw puzzles. So if it's here, let's go.
I paid my munchies to eat.
But I wait. I take a long time to eat because I eat cold food. Because I'm always eating and watching crap at the same time. So
yeah.
That's not,
I'm surprised I have skin in my mouth. I'm like, oh my gosh. Thank y'all for indulging us in this little chit chat. Johnny, you want to go ahead and get started?
Absolutely.
Let's do the difficult one first, or the one that we just talked about. So I can.
What do you want me to look at exactly on that?
With Breonna Taylor. So those of you, I hope most of you know this story by now. Breonna Taylor was an EMT, was asleep in her house. Cops came in and raided, shot 20 times, but 8 bullets landed in her body. It was, they claim a deal that went wrong, or they walked into the wrong house. This happened back in March, kind of right, almost a little bit before Aubrey Ahmaud happened. Her killers should still have not been prosecuted. As a matter of fact, they have kind of brushed this under the rug. You can go online and look at the police report, which says basically nothing happened. I kind of wanted to, so with everything happening, with all of the protests, with the Black Lives Matter, with all of everything that's going on, thank goodness that case is being reopened, or people are starting to bring more attention to it. I want to just do a general read, or Johnny, if we can just look, kind of get a message. I just want to know, will there be justice more in the form of, because certain states are trying to pass laws actually naming them after her, but what will happen with this actual case?
Let's see. 10 of Wands and 2 of Swords, 3 of Swords. Mm-hmm. This already tells me that there will be a conclusion to this. I'll look further and see. But here with the 10 of Wands and 2 of Swords, and then 3 of Swords, there will be you can't get out of this, not in this climate right now. Mm-hmm. And so if it started, it will have to have a finish. There is no, okay, we ran out of information, or we ran out of resource, or we have so many other things on the docket type of thing. That's not going to cut it. Mm-hmm. Something quick is going to happen with the 3 of Swords. There might be a bit of a, kind of like in the Chauvin and George Floyd case, mm-hmm. It might be a bit of sacrifice to whether or not you did anything, if you were slightly involved, we have to take you down because the public will demand so.
Yeah.
Right now, everybody's sort of catching the fodder. There is a children's television show called Paw Patrol.
Yep.
It also is being called to be canceled because it's about cartoon dogs who are police officers. Like, everybody's catching it. Yeah. And you are not going to be able to open the case and just shut it with no result. So somebody is going to have to go down here with the 8 of Cups and Queen of Swords and the Moon. There does need to be a vetting or an actual investigation, because there's something else to this. There's not, even if you were in the wrong house, this is the type of, clean words, this is the type of screw up that should never happen.
Yeah.
Not when you have an operation this big and you did all the planning and all of this. And this is like somebody just hopped in the car and said, let's go shoot somebody.
Basically.
You cannot have possibly done all the planning that you needed to do and then go in the wrong house.
Right.
That's beyond unexcusable. So something else is here. So that's why there still needs to be some sort of investigation. But it does have a conclusion. And I pulled the 9 of Wands and the 2 of Wands as clarifiers on the conclusion. So one person or 2 people with the 2 of Wands may get arrested, but there's something bigger here that I don't want them to just throw meat to the dogs or to the wolves and say, okay, here is our sacrificial police officers, take those and be happy with it. Yeah. I want you to completely vet this and figure out who it was that ordered this and why it screwed up so badly.
Right.
And if you can't figure out why it screwed up so badly, answer the question, why was she murdered on purpose? Because this was either an accident, which you need to tell us, or it was on purpose, which you need to tell us. Yeah. I'll do one more thing here about the case itself. And see where we are with that.
While you're doing that, mine's very simple. I just pulled just one oracle card, and I get the white. This is from the Spirit Animal Oracle, and I got the White Raven Spirit, which is trust in the magic. It's just telling me that right now it is hard for a lot of people. It is hard for this situation to trust in the government, trust the process, because this was botched so badly. There are things that are being hidden that were obviously swept under the rug in the beginning that has continued to be swept under the rug. We cannot trust in this system right now. We have to trust in this magic. And by magic, I'm interpreting that as universal truth, that the truth will come out, that this will be resolved. And that's what the trust that we have to have.
There is here with the I'll get the completion card again with the hangman. So there will have to be a perspective change. Something about the case itself will have to be changed. The Ten of Swords is the card I use for murder. Mm-hmm. And so that's where they will start the investigation.
Okay.
And I think someone is going to be charged with that. It's something like it, like of involuntary manslaughter or something of the nature. Like somebody is, I don't know who, but it seems like you at least got one person. Mm-hmm. And again, I think this person is more sacrificed than it is anything else. Yes, they were involved, but they were not the only ones. And again, this is why that moon keeps popping up. You need to vet the whole situation. How did we get here in the first place?
Yeah.
And then there will be judgment, and for swords, someone will be put away. So there will be some sort of, I just hesitate calling it justice because I didn't get the justice card.
Yeah.
I still feel as though this is like I'm throwing somebody out there so that this whole situation can go away.
Yeah.
But I don't need you to just throw somebody at me and say, okay, here they did it. Justice is served. Right. Vet this process. Something went horribly wrong between start and finish.
Yeah.
I don't just need a person plucked out of the situation and thrown in jail. Everybody should go or something should happen.
Yeah. I keep hearing police chief. I wonder if the chief is going to be sacrificed.
It could be. Because that King of Pentacles and that Six of Wands is that elevated person.
Yeah.
So whoever, maybe it was his call and they were just following orders, mm-hmm. and therefore they're off the hook. But somebody is going to pay for it.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for that. Because every time I've tried to pull on it, I shut down. I can't for some reason. So thank you for that. Mm-hmm. So while we're on topic of things going horribly wrong, more murders from police departments. The other day, another Black man was killed in Atlanta in a Wendy's drive-thru. Arrested on horribly wrong. He was killed by I believe both of the officers were white. Today, the police chief for the city of Atlanta resigned. I am Petty McBoots and a little nosy. I want to kind of know, there's two parts to this question. First part is why did she quit? Because there's already speculation that she quit to take the side with, show solidarity with the two white officers. There's speculation that Keisha Lance Bottoms was like, hey, boo-boo, baby, come here. Now I'm gonna need that paperwork. I'm gonna need that letter of resignation. So my first question is why? What's really going on? Because I feel like there's a little bit more going on behind the scenes. But can we get the answers to why?
Why the resignation? Because my first thought was that all the shiitake mushrooms is about to hit the fan. And I need to get out of here because I'm done with trying to defend and be the one on the kebab turn, and I can't.
I already had to pull y'all the nays out of the fire 2 weeks ago when y'all MFers tried to blow up CNN. Anybody who's lived in the city of Atlanta knows that it is the police, that the city of Atlanta is ripe. This is the city that came out with the song "Nuck If You Buck." Okay. I love my former city, but it can be a little ratatouille at times. So your point, look,
it takes very little to get turned.
Smash. You sneeze hard in Atlanta and it's Freaknik 1996 all over again. So why did she quit?
Cat Williams say, all your dreams can come true in Magic City, or you can get killed at a
stoplights.
You never really know.
It is so true. So, down. Interesting. What you get?
I get somebody's running from responsibility.
Okay.
I get 2 of Cups. There's a person coming after her though. So I think what you say about Keisha is kind of on here. There's a whole new thing happening here with the Empress. Like this is there's something big. The George thing is still going, but there's another energy added to it here with the 2 of Cups and the Empress. Like there's a whole nother element here being added to this. Judgment and the 6 of Swords. Like this is escape and this is a judgment. Escape and judgment. There's the 5 of Pentacles, the 8 of Swords, and the 8 of Wands. There's a feeling that no matter what I say, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm getting out of Dodge. Here with the 8 of Wands is the communications, but there's just trapped and pushed out. So when you're seen as the enemy, like the police are in this day and age right now, I don't care what happened. If the police killed anybody, because they said they have witnesses to say the men tussled with them and tried to grab the taser. And so this is not just they rolled up and shot. But you still cannot get past the fact that police killed yet another person. There's the security. And so I'm like, well, let me clarify. So I get 2 of Swords. There's a sort of stoppage in security and then a new emotion. So I think this is running from judgment. I think they were going to be wrong anyway, and so they got out of Dodge.
I get that she had kind of planned. So much shit has been going on, popping off with the tower. Things are just crumbling. That she was just like, you know what? There was a promise, like, you know what? If you hang in there, kind of this empty promise. Kind of like if there's things, if you can just help us keep this clean, there's a promise you can. I will kind of shield you from some of this. Is kind of what I'm getting. However, this happened, and it's again everything came crumbling down. Knight of Wands, King of Cups, this emotional person. I think Keisha and somebody else. Come here, boo boo. Come here, Pimpin'. Let me talk to you. And this was a plan. I'm wondering if she also was kind of set in motion with the 3 of Wands. If something else happens, we got to do something. We've got to show reform. We've got to show that we care about the citizens of Atlanta. So something else has happened, that empty promise, or we will protect you, out the window. Go ahead and give me that paperwork. And I'm wondering if they already have, I'm wondering if they won't even name an interim, if they already have her replacement, like if that announcement wouldn't be coming out soon. Let's see. What's going to happen for her? What's next for her? Or maybe you want to do what's next for her, or what's next on this situation?
We can do both.
Okay.
Because you skipping out or running away or whatever the case may be, people still know who you are.
Right.
And they're kind of going to probably brand you like a Klobuchar, like you could have done something.
Yeah. And
then you chose to go elsewhere. So let's do the case first and then maybe her last and see.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Renee. That was very sweet of you. Renee, you were my first official super chat. So thank you so much. Very sweet of you. Oh, so we're looking at her first. Mm-hmm. Her first, then the situation.
Okay, 1 second.
Okay.
There. I think it popped up.
Oh, Johnny, thank you. You are my second super chat. Thank you so much. Here's tea this evening.
So what's going to happen? Oh, justice comes out.
Okay. Yeah. This ain't looking too hot for Miss Thang right now.
So I get Knight of Wands and the Hermit. There will be an investigation. It will be, I think, this is interesting. It might be an internal thing.
Okay.
Where the police investigate the police. And I don't know if anybody is going to be all right with that, but that's what I think is going to happen.
Thank you, Ian. She's done for something. Something has come to a completion with her work, because I'm getting Eight of Pentacles, the wheels. Her quitting though was stepping out kind of full-heartedly from a career standpoint, because I get the full. And then she's also represented by the Queen of Pentacles, so support. But there is also some infighting with the Five of Wands. Oh, which is your investigation, what you just said. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you, Sharon. And thank you, Ian, if you didn't hear me earlier. Thank you guys so much.
Good.
I'm going to clarify that. Oh, and thank you, Becca.
Debbie and Jen, some went up. They all came through at the same time.
Oh my God, thank you guys. They're so sweet. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh, thank you guys. You're so sweet. Sharon, thank you. Jen, thank you. Thank you guys so much.
For her, I get the World.
Okay.
The Four of Wands. So she's done with the police station. But Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Cups. This is abandonment of job. And then Ace of Swords. Some sort of new possible investigation. But like the article, I know for sure is coming out. And it may talk about her failings throughout her years.
Yep. I could see that. Thank you, me, myself, and I.
That's what I get there.
This plan for her to quit was literally the death of her career. I don't see her. Things are going to come out because I do know that there is a perception with a lot of, and thank you, Suzanne, a lot of people in the city of Atlanta, she was revered, but I'm wondering with this investigation you're talking about, things are going to come out and it's going to make it difficult because here's the 10 of Swords. Death or just ending, loss. She's not going to be looked at the same way again, and it's going to end with the Nine of. When I clarified the Nine of Swords, so this burden, 10 of Swords and 9 of Swords. That's not. Those are not two good cards to get back to back.
I'm worried about the end. Oh, here's the end.
Yeah. Done. Yeah, this is not a good look. So you know what? So maybe it's telling me that she had to go. There was
Got the Empress for her again, the Ace of Cups. Yeah, this was the Queen of Swords, Five of Swords. She was going to be pushed out, the Lovers. This was an agreement on top of that. So like you said, I think this was going to happen whether she wanted it or not.
It was.
And I think this is where somebody's going to come in and say, oh, look at all the horrible things that she did over the years. And like now they're going to pile it on her.
They are, because the King of Pentacles again came up again. So whoever he still had that agreement with, okay, we're seeing eye to eye. She's got to go. Bringing in new thought with the Ace of Swords, Temperance. Yeah, she had to go. And I hate to say this, I'm not saying it's going to be a smear campaign because that's not the right terminology that the cards are giving me, but they're going to make it abundantly clear that she had to go. And this is why, and that she was probably not the best for the city of Atlanta. I hate to say thank you, Five Cases, not to diminish their culpability, but make it very convenient that this is why she had to go when and where.
Yeah.
Well, now we know. So sorry. I wish you the best, kind of. I mean, if this is true, don't let the doorknob hit you with a good Lord split you.
But you like that kind of thing.
You may like a booty bump up against the doorknob. Hey, that may be a thing, not mine personally. The doorknob and the booty crack is not my but I don't know. Okay, so let's dig into Mama Earth for a minute, which will kind of take us into our next series of questions. So, listening to, just kind of dialing in, this is a question that came up through the request. What kind of Earth changes can we expect to see between now and December 2020? We're seeing, things that are happening as a result of global warming. I don't care what you say, that shit is real. We're having I think there was an earthquake just the other day, 6.4 magnitude. We're, tropical storms, earthquakes. What can we expect to see from Mama Earth? What Earth changes between now and the end of the year? Thank you, Charlene. And I'm gonna pull some Oracle for this.
I get hot and cool. So this is you have a situation where temperatures are not regulated. So that means hurricanes, because this is what happens when water gets hot and then cool air comes down, and then low pressure meets high pressure, and then you get cyclones. There will be also something from the outside that does hit the Earth. This is not a catastrophic thing, but it'll be something that's, I don't know if it's something up there that comes down like a satellite or whatever it is, because I hear space debris hits the Earth all the time, but something will, and it'll probably make the news, probably depends on where it lands. The Seven of Wands, unfortunately, there will also be some city somewhere has the highest pollution or air pollution that it has ever had, and this will make a news story, and the administration in charge is going backwards and the pollution is going up. So we will hear about that. With the Hierophant here, there is also some documents. So this is a deregulation that keeps people from changing something. Nine of Pentacles, this is also hail. This is going to be unusual hailstorm. So this is a hailstorm that either is out of season or it's in a place that they have not had hail since 1917 type thing. So it'll be a hailstorm. The Page of Cups, there is water receding in one place and elevating in another. This is probably elevating in Florida, but it's receding in a place that it has not before, which is bad for vegetation, but sea life.
I'm hearing commerce too, like in New Orleans, or like a place where the river, something that has to have that type of elevation, is critical for commerce.
Yeah. And with the Page of Pentacles, there's also some sort of rock formation. So this might be a volcano. I've seen volcano somewhere in a Korean country. It's either North Korea, South Korea, but there's a volcano somewhere. And then with the Emperor, there's no change in the people. And that's the most dangerous part about anything to do with the environment, is when you have something going wrong, but there's no change in the people.
Yeah.
So those are the things that come up for me.
Thank you, Benny, for the super chat. Johnny, what decks were you using just now? I saw that in the chat.
I don't know. This one did not come in a box. It came in a tin.
Okay.
And it did not have the name on it because it came in a tin. But I can look it up if that's.
What was the black and white deck? Is that the same deck?
No, this is different. This is actually somebody just took a bunch of photographs and made a deck with it.
Okay.
It's I forget what it's called.
Okay. So I thought I saw I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Wait, didn't Becca ask that? Becca, you're not going to buy it anyway, so we're not going to.
I'm gonna stay out of that one. So what I did is I did some chakra cards. What we can expect to see from Mama Earth is some form of her giving out some self-expression through her throat chakra. It is pretty, Becca. I agree, because I thought I saw a man with a six-pack. Did I see a man with a six-pack?
Yes, that's the Emperor card.
Yeah, that's what caught my attention. I was like, some men's, yes. Self-expression, Johnny, everything that you said, that's how does Mama Earth express herself? Through the wind, through weather, right? Through weather events. So I expect to see a lot more of that. And I would not be a stretch if we also hear more before, because you know how they say, dogs will howl, birds will chirp before an earthquake or something like that happening. Pay attention to that this year for the next couple months, because I think that's how Mama Earth is going to try to communicate with us that things need to happen. Things need to change. She's listening to us, and she wants control of her Earth back. Stop polluting, stop looting, stop this global warming BS.
We gave up our instinctual connection to Earth for logic because we have logic, but animals are in tune with the actual planet. So when things are about to happen, pay attention to what they do.
Exactly. We used to, when I lived in California, our childhood dog used to howl before an earthquake. And we would go, especially before, I'll never forget the San Francisco earthquake. That fool was howling. And we were like, what the hell's going on? And my mom was on the toilet when it happened. And she walked out of the bathroom like, we're having an earthquake. And I'm like, okay. Anyway, between the dog howling and you running out the bathroom and the earth moving, this is too much for me right now. Whatever she does through her sing and song of self-expression, through again any kind of weather change, she wants us. This is not out of spite. This is to pull us together with relationships, not our relationships with each other and our relationships with her, coming back to her. Okay, this is all about what matters the most, and that is intimacy and acceptance in relationships. So forming those bonds that seem to have been torn down by this rape and pillage frequency for so long, she wants to rebuild that. Also get solar plexus chakra, gut instincts. This is going to keep whatever changes we see. It's going to force us to be in tune with our intuition and using our gut instincts. And I'm hoping that with that, there's going to be more, how do I put it? Try to find the words. Science is not hooey-pooey, it is real. And hopefully more people come around to that. This is real, gut instinct. Hey, if it's too hot, we're polluting the earth. Hey, maybe that's right. Maybe we need to stop doing that and tuning more into gut and doing what's right to take care of it. And then the last card, I pulled the Oracle card again, if I didn't hit myself in the face with it, called, this one's the Elephant Spirit. Learn from the past. We clearly are not learning from the past. And she's a little sick and tired of this shit right now. And she's only going to give you so many damn warnings until I can't save you from yourself. And so you are stuck on stupid. And I don't want you to be stuck on stupid. I want you to learn from this past. Learn from the things that we could not get right, because I'm the only Earth you got. Mm-hmm. Y'all little bastards haven't figured out how to get to Mars yet. So, you're stuck with me. So you either take care of me like you should and take care of each other, or it's just going to continue to be a sliding scale for hell. Not hell literally, but y'all know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. It is called The Honest Truth. I found the name of the deck. It's on Etsy.com. There you go. Because now back to that, because Stephen says there's no planet B. That's exactly right. Mm-hmm. You don't have another place to go. Mm-hmm. And anything that is the closest to us, Venus and Mars. Venus is 800 degrees on a cool day. And then Mars is always on a cool day because it's too far from the sun. Exactly. So if you can change or terraform, as they call Mars, into Earth, then change Earth back into Earth. Stop messing it up. That water receding thing is bothering me because when you have an area that has water and then it suddenly doesn't, we're not moving closer to the sun. So there should be no reason for all that water to have evaporated.
Exactly.
There must be something we're doing here that now there's no water in this place, or now there's less water in this place, and then too much water in another place. Like, I know there are people who will pay attention to these type of things, but none of these people are in office. That's the part where we got the emperor, where there's no change. Movement with no change. That's a bad thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my soapbox.
Because again, Mars had water.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker's dry as hell right now. Like, if we do not learn from the past, we are going to screw ourselves. Mm-hmm. History repeats itself. So let's take a look at Mr. Biden. Will he, before the election, take a stance on defunding the police? For those of you who are not aware, defunding the police does not mean let's actually pull money away and not fund the police anymore. It's talking about how do we fund the police? What are we doing with the allocation of those funds for the police? So it's not taking money away. It's just looking at the police forces get tons of money, but yet education gets in local areas gets like a fraction of it. You know, different institutions within a community gets fractions of it, or you'll get a ton of money to hire new officers, but zero goes into mental health awareness and training and resources for officers. So that's what defund the police is really about.
Not to mention, the police department does not need a tank. And there's some city where the population is like 5, mm-hmm. and their police station has a tank. So the local grocery store that's probably the size of my dining room table needs crowd control. And then for that crowd control, you need a tank. Okay.
I lived, and Becca, I'm about to call out your state. I was watching in California, they've got Teslas for police cars. They've got, I think, Phoenix, there was a Ferrari. I'm like, how did you do really with flashing lights? Like, okay, when I lived in Atlanta, I had to drive through a community called Doraville, Georgia. It's it's in metropolitan Atlanta area. Doraville is like this big compared to Metro Atlanta. They had 3 tanks. 3 for a community that's this big. And the cops were always out on the freeway that was the running joke. We're like, you got to get those tickets because you got to pay for them damn tanks.
Mm-hmm. There's the Oklahoma City Highway Patrol has a sports car too, and they said it's for high-speed chases. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, first of all, you have one car leading 55 other cars. That's the thing that always bothered me. It's like, so you got 55 squad cars chasing this one person. Somebody gonna run out of gas at some point. You don't need to go right up beside them because first of all, you're not gonna ram them off the road in a sports car.
No,
so you have to keep up with them. Just follow them like you're going to be doing. Tell the next jurisdiction that hey, there's a cop coming or a car coming your way, and then they will add to the chase too. That's how that goes. You don't have to speed up behind them and point out the window and say, hey, pull over, like he didn't realize that.
You're not going to do a pit maneuver in a Ferrari. I'm sorry.
I mean, you're just not. You gonna jump out the sky roof and jump over to his car and snatch him out like MacGyver? No. You're gonna keep following him until he crashes or stops. That's what you're gonna do.
Right.
So you don't need a sports car. I mean, I'm just saying.
Oh.
So I get the King of Swords, which is somebody in charge, and the 6 of Pentacles. There will be money still there, still being sent in to the police department, but there will be a holdback of funds here with the 5 of Pentacles and the High Priestess. Mm-hmm. There will be some sort of legislation that has not passed yet, so this is going to be in the next administration. So there is something that they will pass. It has something to do first, interestingly enough, the chariot you can use for cars.
Before you said that, I didn't, because I can't see the card. I was like, they're gonna stop buying all these Ferrari. They're gonna go from a Ferrari to Pintos.
There might be a change in waste.
Yeah.
Because there is a John Oliver, way long time ago, did a expose. You know how he do his deep dives into things.
Yeah.
On the police, not the current one. It's the one from a long time ago, where they talked about when police make a big bust and they got a bunch of money. They use that money to buy stuff for the police force, or they buy. And the judge asked the cop, well, what did you do with the $63,000? He said, oh, we bought this, this, and this, and a margarita machine. It's like, did you really need a margarita maker and a popcorn machine? That's what he said. And so there is some waste in the police force. And so they're going to try to clean that part up. Justice and the Ten of Swords, which means, yes, there will be some sort of defunding of the police force.
Yeah. The first card I got was the Ace of Pentacles. Aces are always my yes cards, and Pentacles, which is monies. So, yep, he is. There's going to be, though, some conflicts behind it because that's crossed with the Five of Swords. He's kind of looking at this. Gosh, this is a challenge. And I don't know why I keep hearing back in my day it wasn't that difficult. I don't know why I keep hearing that. Yes, it was this difficult. It always has been. We've got to change what's going on. Because at the base of this is the Six of Cups. However, how they go about it, because the outcome I get is the High Priestess.
You know what? Can I jump in for a second?
Absolutely.
That Six of, well, to me,
go ahead.
I can tell you what it's saying to you, but to me, the Six of Cups and that High Priestess, they make total sense to me, especially when you hear back in my day it was not this hard.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Biden is the face of the recovery. Like, we need to recover from Donald Trump. That being said, people now assume he has the answers like they did for Obama. Obama's going to come in and he knows everything. He's going to fix everything. Everything's all right. That's what we're doing to Joe Biden right now. Joe Biden knows everything is what he's being portrayed as. And so he has the answer for the police department. He has the answer to deal with Black people, but he is not a Black person. He's never had a Black experience. He's never really been taught this is what Black people go through either. Yep. He's just being the voice of the opposition. So back in his day, yes, it was not that hard because he's never been a Black person. Mm-hmm. And so he doesn't know how to approach defending Black people with not looking like he's attacking the police with that High Priestess. To me, that's what all that said to me just then.
And I was getting, how do I do it? I was getting kind of like two-faced, like, what do I say in the public? And then how do I do this behind the scenes? In the public, I have got to show, I've got to live up to the expectation. I've got to show that I am for the constituents, right? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like, I hate this. I keep hearing it was easier back in my day, and oh my God, am I in over my head?
Because once you go into that, you can't get right back out of it.
You can't. I'm physically feeling the overwhelmness that he's probably going to be feeling. Mm-hmm. Surround yourself with good people, boo-boo. Baby. Put people around you who can help you come up with those answers, and then you'll get the answers.
Know a Black person or two. They might talk to you.
And listen.
Yeah. Now, I have a follow-up question, though.
All right, then.
The SWAT, I think, in Florida somewhere, they all resigned.
Okay.
Because they said that with everything going on, it is making their job now unsafe. Mm-hmm. Because they're now afraid to do anything, which I thought would happen eventually. So will this sort of sweep police stations across the country, this need of, well, if you're going to keep making everything difficult for us, I'm not doing this job.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I understand, because everybody on the police force is not horrible. No. Everybody in the police force is not a racist. Everybody in the police force didn't shoot somebody. So I get that when they put their uniform on and step out their door, they want to come back home too. But, you know, with the lack of training or proper training, they run into some situations that cause national uproar.
Yep.
And so then they all sort of want to not run away from the job, but you back away from the job because, it seems like you're against us now. So that's my moment of fairness. So will more of them walk away?
Will more of them walk away? I get it. That's a very, very tough job. My grandfather was a cop on the south side and west side of Chicago for over 30 years.
Mercy.
That's a bullshit job. That's a hard job. My current job, I support first responders. The things they see, they go through. It's y'all's no hope. So I get it. There's that part of me I completely understand. But let's go back to the training. Let's go back to the de-escalation tactics that were taught at some point. Let's go back to that.
When a person is asleep in the drive-thru of the Wendy's, this should not end in a murder.
Right.
There is something in between. Get out the car and shoot him. There's something in between there.
Yep. I get, yes, this is not looking. This is gonna be damaging on the psyche of cops, and I do see more. I see a wave of this happening. Starts with the 7 of Wands, this defending, 10 of Wands, this burden, 5 of Swords again, with that fighting, 7 of Cups, this confusion, Page of Cups, and promises. Yeah, this is going to be here for a while it is crazy. I keep hearing this us against them, me against them stance that they have that they feel right now. Because think about it too. Look at all those cops in Buffalo who quit after the 2 cops were charged for when they clearly shoved that 73-year-old man down on the sidewalk.
Who has a brain injury now.
Yeah. That's my dad's age.
Mm-hmm. I get 5 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords. So yes, they feel pushed out and separated. It ends in the 10 of Swords. So yes, more of them will walk away. I clarified it with the Page of Swords. So there will be some very high tensions with this type of thing. So yes, there will be probably a lot of resignations.
See that? Yeah, burden. They're done.
Mm-hmm. And I get it, but at the same time,
you also go into that job thinking that it was going to be puppy dogs, toenails, and unicorns' kisses. You went into that job knowing that, at least I hope a lot of you went into this job knowing that you were here to defend and serve the public. When you have that type of role, that's again, I hate to sound crass, but that's no hope. That's hard. It's like being a doctor and taking the Hippocratic Oath, do no harm. I am here for the people. So at some point, you have to look at the situation for what it is. So then instead of quitting, do you guys form a coalition and stop with this fraternal brotherhood? We will protect each other and start. If you don't want to be labeled as the bad guy, then how about you start snitching on the bad guy? How about you guys work internally to create change internally so you aren't labeled that, so you can safely police and protect the neighborhoods. Mm-hmm. If you're scared of, I'm putting the cards down for a minute. So I'm about to go on. If you're so scared of us, then get to know us. If you feel threatened by my 73-year-old father, then go do some community outreach and get to know him. Mm-hmm. Talk to your police chief and say, hey, you know what? I don't want this to be us against them anymore. I'm tired of feeling like I get out of this victim mentality and get into a change revolution. You will make more change internally than we will do in the streets because you are who holds the power. We don't hold the power. Yes, we vote and we pay taxes and we do all this other stuff. But at the end of the day, they are going to do what they want to do for you to make you all look good because they look bad if you all don't look good. So work together. I'm done.
Absolutely. 100%.
My little tangent almost popped off on my Sally Lee press on there.
That is 100% right.
let me calm myself down. Can't lose one of my little
salad. You are behind the blue wall, so if you see something back there, say something. They tell us that see something, say something didn't come from Black people on the street. They came from police officers because they go out and they investigate. They want to know what happened. But then they run into the silent wall, which is people who don't snitch. And so see something, say something. Okay, y'all see something, say something.
And I get it. If you guys have not watched Chappelle's new, it's not comedy, Chappelle is preaching, 846, go watch it. Yes, I understand there are consequences and repercussions when you open your mouth and snitch. I get it. But you also have the power to help internally break down those walls against any retaliation for people snitching. It takes some of you coming together, then more people coming together. It's called FOP, the Fraternal Order of Police. It's an organization to help support. It's a union, basically. Mm-hmm. Help each other.
They used to mail me a packet with address labels on it. Mm-hmm. It said you can donate to the Fraternal Order of Police. Every few months or something like that, they sent this packet with address labels in it. Mm-hmm. So they were giving you something in hopes that you would give them back something. Mm-hmm. And I would get that every few months. They raise money. They got stickers put on the back of the cars, and they don't all say Fraternal Order Police. But if you gave money, you recognize it. And anyway, yeah.
Resources. Each one teach one. Each one help one. I want to help whatever I can to help y'all internally do what y'all need to do so you feel safe. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's all I want. Okay. Let's go back to Mr. Biden again, because I had a follow-up question that came from the chat. And thanks to all of you guys who submitted questions the last couple of days, because I also snagged some of the questions that you guys posted on Johnny's page as well. And this one actually came from somebody asking this on Johnny's page. Going back to Biden, is he going to change his stance on universal health care? Is he going to walk that back?
What is his stance?
So right now it's not completely pro universal health care, but he's trying to adopt certain Bernie, and I'm calling it Bernie because that's what he calls it, certain tenets of the universal health care. He really wants to do more of the ACA times 3.0, if you will, and not actual, as Bernie calls it, universal health care, if you had to talk about it from party lines. And so that's what's causing a lot of very more left, more socialist type supporters to, that's actually their number one. If there are two complaints against him, one of those is his stance on universal health care. So is he going to walk that back? Well,
I say ask after the election, because right now,
once he gets in the White House,
yeah, right now, no, because it's meat to the wolves. It sounds good. The Fool and the Sun. So I mean, eventually, yes, but the Fool and the Sun. There's a beginning to something that will change. The Knight of Swords and the Lovers. Right now, we just need to charge forward. Mm-hmm. With the Lovers card. So I'm going to take you with me because we all are in agreement and blah, blah, blah. And then I get the Devil and the Eight of Swords in the end. So there will be some, I don't want to say the word trickery, but keep that word and use it if you want. There's some trickery and the Eight of Swords. I clarify the Eight of Swords with a whole bunch of people, Queen of Cups and Queen of Pentacles, my America card, support card, Four of Cups. Four of Cups is like nonchalant. This is indifferent. So, That's
what I was like.
I don't think it's not gonna stick. That part I don't think. I think there will be some sort of change, just not right now.
Yeah, so I get at the center. I actually got at the center is the main man. That's him. Occupation, which is once he's in occupation and house. So once he is the president in the actual damn White House, there's a message of concern. And I think he is still looking at this from a fiscal standpoint, and he's not completely on board with it yet. And he knows that it's going to cause, and it causes him despair because he knows that this is what people are looking for once he gets into office. So that's going to all the many things that he is quote unquote tasked to fix. That's going to cause him despair. And he also knows that if he does not address this or set some type of pathway forward, that Dems will not get 2024 either.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I mean,
Go ahead. What you got? Say it. Say it with your chest.
Like, I get it. I get why corporate Dems don't like it, because I think that the liberals among us think that everything is, all you have to do is put it into law and then it's automatically paid for and everything's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then the corporate Dems are like, hey, you got to have money to do these type of programs. You can't just give everybody health care. And then what about the health care they have? And what about the problem with that argument is there is a example of this all around the world, how it works.
Exactly.
Just go into other industrial countries or first world countries, and I'm not going to say it's perfect for them, but it's working for them.
Ask them.
We have 300 million people in America, and half of them I probably don't have health care at all.
Yep.
Even with the ACA, I don't. The ACA was still too expensive for me because I was either too poor to get government assistance or it was too expensive. And so I was caught in the middle and didn't have anything. So we don't have a perfect thing, but my argument always is you got money for everything else. You can find the money for this. You found money to give $2 trillion to the American people.
Yep.
How come you couldn't just buy some health care for us?
And you know what? I think you got to walk a mile in somebody else's shoes. Go. I'm not even talking about not having health care. Let's talk about even if you have health care and you have a high deductible plan.
Yeah.
Or you've got something else. Baby Jesus. I had to go to the ER last year. I'm still paying for that motherfucking trip.
$700 and something just to walk in.
I wish it was only $700. And I literally was laying there and I was like, I can't call an ambulance because I don't have ambulance money. I'm laying on the kitchen floor bleeding and about to pass the fuck out. Excuse my language, but what do I do? And I said, you know what? I'm gonna have to eat this one and get health care. You should never, ever have to decide laying on your kitchen floor. Do I just go ahead and do I call this out, or do I not eat for months and pay this bill, or face bankruptcy or some kind of derogatory marks on my credit because I can't pay this back? You should never have to be in that position. But I think it would take being in that position to understand that you got to make some type of positive change.
And we got the money, we just don't use it for right things.
No.
If we could bind bombs and tanks, then we'd have some money. But it's just me.
You got money for Tupac said we got money for war. And then there's the other part of the lyric. I need to drink some more so I can remember it. You don't have money for babies, but you got money for war, something like that. Okay. Let's look at the upcoming Senate race. Let's look at two potential candidates, Jamie Harrison and Amy McGrath. Will they actually be sworn in? So instead of saying, will they win? Because, and the person who wrote this question used Stacey Abrams as the example. Stacey Abrams, according to a lot of people, technically won, but wasn't sworn in because of Doofus McDoofus face with his BS voter suppression stealing the election. This is actually a more clear question. Will they actually be sworn in? Which means they won and there's no memory trick foolishness going on behind the scenes, or they were able to overcome it. So will they be sworn in? I'm going to pull 3 for Jamie and 3 for Amy, or however you want to do it, Johnny.
We got 5. So I'm going to say yes on both.
Okay.
But we shall see. I get the Chariot and the 6 of Wands, which is victory and elevation for Jamie. This is the one who is battling Lindsey McGraham. What's his name? Not Lindsey McGraham. Lindsey
Lindsey, the one for Lindsey Graham is Amy McGrath.
Lindsey Graham. I call him Lindsey McGraham. So Lindsey McGraham, this is for Jamie. So this is elevation and victory. It ends in the Two of Wands, which is like the preparation and beginning stages of something. Celebration came before that. The Four of Pentacles for Amy, the Knight of Swords. So here's something that's locked in, and then it goes forward. It ends in the Wheel of Fortune, which she got the last time, which is good luck and fate, and the Love card. So this is like-minded people coming together. So I'm going to go yes for both of them.
So for Jamie, yes, starts off with the Sun, followed with the Page of Pentacles, Five of Swords. He's going to fight to take the victory. I'm going to look at Amy. There's two ways to look at Amy. I get King of Swords, Six of Swords, Seven of Cups. So it's either going to be she's going to have to transition and move on because there was some confusion around the election, which means that old boy is going to pull the King of Swords.
Because I always get something confusing for her. I just did now, but I just decided to say yes. But
trick. I'm getting because I'm getting what'd you call him? McGraham.
McGraham works too.
McGraham. I'm getting him as the King of Swords, causing some type of trickery, which is going to have her Six of Swords transitioning on, which causing some confusion. I pray for Lord it's not. What I want to look at it optimistically is that she makes him try to transition and move on.
She's going up against Mitch the bitch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Mitch McConnell. I'm sorry. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see.
Which is worse because he's got Russian money.
That's why I think that's why I was like, yeah, I don't know about her because I think he's gonna pull that trick. He can't not win again in his mind and because then he's screwed. He could go to jail. He could lose everything. And his wife, God bless her, they trying to get that locked in.
His beard.
You know what I forgot to do? Can we do this real quick?
Absolutely.
Speaking of beards, the couple days that Lady D was trending on Twitter gave me so much life. If you guys are not familiar with Lady G, your boy Lindsay, there's some male escorts in my city. I live in DC proper or DC area, who have basically come out and said that yes, he is notorious for hiring male escorts, and his name that he uses on whatever the male escort version of Grindr is Lady G. That was swelling for a minute, and then sadly it kind of died down. I'm like, God damn nabbit. I want to know if that's going to come back up again. Because it was making some traction. If anything, it gave me 19 damn chuckles. Because it was trending on all the social platforms. And I was waiting for some type of retort or not from his camp, and it was silent. Everybody pretty much assumes and knows, but it coming out that way was very interesting. So I want to know, if we get closer to the election, will Lady G be out in these streets again?
Oh, Twitter is a beast.
Sometimes I have a love-hate relationship with Twitter.
It's an awful thing.
But sometimes it gives me my 19 shuffles.
Let me see. I'm gonna pull some runes for him too.
It's gonna come back out. Oh yeah, it's gonna come back out. There's gonna be some judgment behind it too, because I actually get the judgment card. He's not up for re-election this time. It's gonna be 2022, right?
No, he's the one against.
He's against what's his name?
Yeah, what's his face?
Oh, so then forgive me.
That's why all his crap is coming out.
Yeah, so then it's going to come back out. I don't know how successful it's going to be. It's going to tarnish him though, because him is coming up as the Six of Wands. But yeah, the celebrated person. But there's going to be some judgment. It's going to come back out.
I had Two of Swords as the first card.
Okay.
And there's the Hermit.
I got the Hermit too.
There's the Temperance. So there will be someone, whoever got information out in the beginning is coming back, but they're going to do it strategically. Like the moment he begins to trend in the news again, Lindsey Graham gave a statement on Black Lives Matter, whatever, something like that. Then boom, the story's coming back. But Pharoah is about money. These are earnings as well. So maybe someone paid for something, and it also is fees. So this would be your solicitation part. FWAS is about partnerships. This is a business transaction if you couple it with the money. And then Yera is bad timing. So there will be some information that is leaked, or information that comes out, or information that is shared that will be strategic. So this again, I mean, yeah, it might be true, but it still is a political attack. This is what this is meant for. So it's going to be used in that way.
Yeah, it's coming back out. I don't mean to be petty, and I'm gonna spray myself because I'm not.
I was trying not to be petty.
The memes were freaking fantastic.
I haven't seen it.
Oh my god, they were oh my god, they were. That was the best 36 hours I had that week. Was just the names, the memes. Just oh my god, it was fantastic. The additional.
You don't wait for him.
They were calling him Lady of the Night.
Oh Lord.
So okay. Valerie Jarrett, she was as the senior advisor to President Obama. She was, I believe for most of from 2009 to 2000 for many years in the Obama administration. Somebody wants to ask if we can take a look at her to see if she is on the short list of candidates for VP for Biden.
What's her name?
Valerie. Val Jarrett, Jarrett. Rrett. Is she being discussed, or has been discussed, as a potential candidate? She is a woman of color, lots of credentials, kind of have to be a senior. Well, okay, up until this current presidency, you kind of had to have them to be a senior advisor. I spray myself again because I don't want to have nightmares tonight. Okay. Normally I'm spraying other people. Is she on the short list? I don't get a clear yes or no. Let's see. Because I've always said it's going to be somebody that we know but don't know.
Like you don't have their whole. They may have a name in the public sphere, but you don't know a bunch about them because they're the kind of a new kid on the block type of feel.
It's going to be that Harper Huda woman. What did you get? Because maybe my card.
I get that this information actually comes from outside of Biden. Okay. So this is not something they are considering. It's something that her name is being thrown up because this is what we do during election season. Oh, what about? And what about? And what about? And what about? How about they're going to pick who they pick and just wait and see? Because I get the 10 of Pentacles and Joe Biden here with the King of Cups, but I get the 5 of Cups. Like it's not really like she's there, because if you get the image of the 5 of Cups in your head, there's 3 cups laying over that are spilt and then 2 cups behind them. Yeah. So the 3 here is what he pays attention to, even though it's spilled. But the 3 here is what he pays attention to, and the 2 behind him is the people we keep suggesting. What about Kamala? What about Warren? And what about this person? What about Scooby-Doo? It's like, so every 2 days there's a new name, and it's. Yes, they can consider them, but like I said before, I think they already chose. They're just waiting.
I think that name may have come up in the past. And by past, I mean a long time ago, like maybe November. Like, okay, if we get it, who are we going to start looking at? He kind of balanced it out with the 2 of Pentacles, but then he's moved on. What I do get, because I pulled some clarifiers. I do think he may tap her for a cabinet position, like maybe asking her to be an advisor of some sort again, but I don't see, because I get 3 of Cups and Lovers, so there is they do see eye to eye, there's this agreement, and 3 Cups, this celebration. Maybe she wanted to be considered, because I get the 4 of Cups, so being dissatisfied with something that was offered, and we're going to offer you this position. You're not going to be vice president, but you'll be in the cabinet. She's not going to be super satisfied with it, but she may take him up on the offer.
Yeah, I get to help her king with her 4 Wands administration. There's an offer there, Knight of Cups. Yeah. She may get, hey, do you want to join the team type of a deal, but VP, I don't think so.
Yeah, she was like, damn, I was hoping for a VP. That's a lot. That's woo. Okay, I'm gonna hold that to myself because I need to find the right deck for this next question.
Oh Lord.
Let me get ready. All right, so let's do a little history lesson, Johnny. I'm hoping, because I never want to assume that anybody knows. June 19th, Johnny, what can you tell us about June 19th, otherwise known as Juneteenth?
That is supposed to be when the slaves in that area were free. Up in, was it Tulsa, Oklahoma?
Texas, yeah.
Where they were free.
They learned, yes, that they were free. The Emancipation Proclamation was signed like months before. Due to not telling, due to slow news at that time, there was a war going on. And also, why would you tell slaves if you're a slave master that they're free? Let's kind of take that into consideration. Well, it wasn't until I think it was like 6 months later, somewhere around that time frame, around June 19th, that slaves learned that they were free. Anybody know about Black Wall Street? So,
that's well, yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
There's actually, I didn't click on it to watch it, but it's like a 9-minute video of one of the survivors.
Yes.
From Black Wall Street,
Jason,
which was, where all the...
Jason sent it to me earlier today.
Yeah, I seen it. It popped up in my my YouTube thing.
Yeah.
On the homepage. That was burned to the ground.
Yeah.
And she was one of the survivors.
This was one of the first and most prestigious parts of the United States where African Americans had their own money. They were very prestigious, and it got the nickname. A lot of business owners got the name Black Wall Street.
In Oklahoma.
Well, guess what happened? Klexes came in, lynching, burnt it to the ground. So, after everything that's going on, guess where Trump wants to hold his next rally? In Tulsa, Oklahoma on June 19th. Well, so I'm gonna stop for a minute and let that resonate with you. He wants to hold his first rally really since coronavirus happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma on June 19th.
Where all the MAGA hats are gonna be.
Mm-hmm. So
the MAGA hat is just a new version of the Klan hood. That's all that is. I mean, like I wanted to keep saying, if you're a Trump supporter, that does not mean you're racist, because I know some that aren't racist, but call a thing a thing. Like I said, if you are okay with him, you are at the very least racist adjacent. So yes.
I saw that him rescheduling was just an idea they were floating. I don't think that has officially come out and it's been rescheduled. Yeah. So do you think it was moved to June 20th? It's still the day after. That doesn't. Guys, the day after doesn't matter. It was still done. So let's take a look and let's see how successful this rally is going to be for him. Let's just do it. I just want to. Can just do a general read. The question was, will it have a big crowd? But I think that's subjective, because we know that he tends to hire people and bust people in. So I just want to see how it's going to be perceived.
I believe Oklahoma it's an interesting place politically right now, because parts of it are turning blue. Mm-hmm. I think they had or have a Democratic governor. I forget. I ain't been there in so long. I stopped caring.
We'll take a look.
It'll still go on. The Ten of Cups, Page of Pentacles, and the World. Big picture and completion. Pull some runes too. There is Othala, which is traditions. This is also coincidentally in this, well, maybe not coincidentally, there may be petty boots coincidentally, but this is coincidentally the rune for slavery and racism. So
Okay.
I'm just saying. And then here is common sense, which Ingwas. So I think that it is a bad idea to hold it, but it is going through anyway. Because you're being warned against it here with the Gebel. This is sharing, this is time, money, information, that type of thing, gifts. So this is, it's a bad idea.
It is. They should have some change of perspective because the Hangman comes up. Ten of Wands, this is a huge burden, but he's going to go through with it regardless, like you're saying. Nine of Pentacles. This is all about, because I get for the outcome is the Lovers. This is all about him trying to send a message to people that this little 34, what is it right now? 41% that still love him, and do it with the Seven of Swords by any means necessary, with any trickery, deception he can do to get it done. He knows that this wasn't just a dog whistle. This was a statement. Doing it here, doing it. I don't care if it's the 20th, the 19th, or the 22nd. You knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
And that he wants to resonate with that audience. So I do unfortunately think it's going to, at least for that audience, it's going to bode well for him. Let's take a look and see, because this is me being a little petty boots. Y'all know that fat bastard signed. This wilds me out every time I read it. So there is a clause that says if you go to this rally, if you get sick, you can't sue. You cannot sue Donald J. Trump running for president 2020 if you get the ick. Okay? Which always makes me go, is it a cookout or is it a barbecue? Which one is it? Is it a Democratic hoax, like you say it is, or is it real? Which one is it? It can't be. If you don't believe it's real, then you can't tell people not to sue. So I want to know, are people going to get sick out of this rally, and are there going to be some new claims, discussion, what have you, whatnot, that results from it?
I don't understand. I understand, but I don't understand. Everybody can't be lying.
I know.
Not everybody.
Not everybody.
I understand the whole hoopla about, oh, this person is just propaganda, blah. No, you know what? Never mind. Because if you sit all day, 9 hours a day, and watch propaganda TV, then you are led to believe everybody else is lying. I get it. Him I get because that's part of narcissistic personality disorder. It's the disassociation from reality, disassociation from you. Everything's a reflection of you. So yes, they're lying against you. Everybody's lying against you. I struggle with the people who continue to believe the garbage. Because at some point, that's that free thinking. Do you not go, wait a minute, so everybody's lying all the damn time? Mark Twain, it is easier to fool a man than to convince a man that he's being fooled. And they don't want to believe it because Donald Trump would never lie to them.
That cognitive dissonance is real as hell.
Yes.
You know?
Will they get sick? There will be some, oh Lord Jesus.
Yes,
Christ.
they are. There are people who are going to get sick. They are going to try to come back and talk. The thing is, okay, the emperor, which is going to be fat bastard in this reading, he's going to try to hide, do some sneaky shit, because I get the moon and Seven of Swords, so kind of trying to something hidden in the background and that deceptive stuff. But it's people are going to get sick and heartbroken because I get the Three of Swords. Yeah, people are going to get sick, and I'm wondering if this kind of And they have no recourse. They've signed away that they can't sue him. And he's going to take additional steps to make sure not only that they can't sue him, because that was the first part, but also I'm wondering if he's going to take some steps to kind of try to silence them from coming out and saying they got sick.
Silence the numbers and say nothing happened. It was great. Everybody had fun. Blah blah. Blah.
Because this moon and the seven of swords, there's some bullshittery going on in the background.
I love that word, man.
I'll let you borrow it. You have to give me credit though. Hashtag bullshittery, AC.
Oh, Adrianisms now. I like it ends. I'll just go straight to the ends.
Okay.
It ends in the Four of Swords. This is an ending for someone. This is laid up. This is a coffin. This is whatever you want to call it. This is not my card for murder. That's the Ten of Swords. Mm-hmm. This is my card for death after illness. And then I pull some runes. This is mankind. This is good health. And then this is change and death. Like, I get it. It's a hoax, but it's a hoax that killed you. At some point, believe it. At some point, I need you to believe it. That way, if it kills you, the person you just gave it to don't come kill me.
Yep.
Like, I need you. Okay.
This whole thing, I've struggled with this from day one. You know, I follow some quote unquote woke people who are like, you can't believe everything the media says. We shut down, who are, again, not pro-Trumpers, can't stand him, want him out. But this whole debate, just because a couple people died doesn't mean you need to change, you know, the way the life goes. I said, no, not a couple people. 100, we're reaching to 115,000, 200,000, 120,000 people are dead.
Million worldwide. Like, okay, I have tried to exercise the tempered reaction that, yes, a bunch of people got it, but a bunch of people don't. Mm-hmm. So this means we don't all need to go live under the bed until the boogeyman escapes. I get it. But that does not mean throw away every common sense precaution.
Exactly.
Just because a whole bunch of people don't have it.
Exactly.
That's the part that I have the problem with when it comes to his rallies and his functions and his thises and his that's. Him and Pence walk around with no mask, no glove, no nothing. Okay. I don't get why the commander-in-chief, you don't take precautions with him, but if he get it and disappear, I'll call it that way, okay. I shall not weep for you, Argentina, because I don't want you there in the first place. But don't go spread it around to everybody else who.
That's the thing. That's the thing right there. I got some friends in the ATL who were talking about what you doing July 4th. I said, I'm staying in my house. Why? Well, we're bored. So we're going to fly up to Virginia Beach and then drive up to DC to see you. And I said, you're going to miss me on that one.
How long you want to stand outside this door knocking?
Right. I have autoimmune disease. What you're not about to do is take your happy-go-lucky, I got bored during a pandemic ass, get on an airplane in the world's busiest airport, then come to DC, then go frolic in Virginia Beach before you come to DC talking about we gonna come see. What you gonna go do is gonna not come to my house.
Yeah.
Because that's selfish and irresponsible. I get being bored, but then go sit on a beach somewhere. How about you drive to Florida to one of those beaches? Don't get in a damn airplane. Okay, see, and that's.
And our beaches are crowded because it's tourism season right now. Mm-hmm. And so I ain't walking back to the beach, y'all. I just let y'all know. I ain't got an owl mask in this house, and I ain't putting one on just to go to no beach.
Because it'll be extra hot, and then because the mask already fogs up your glasses anyway, yes. They're gonna be hot, breathing hot funk air.
I can't breathe in them things, and then it's hot and humid. I'm gonna die.
Nope. I've gotten adjusted to the mask fogging up my glasses when I wear them. It's that whole having to smell my own breath situation. But I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, I keep a mint though.
I was like, it made me realize how much I don't like breath. I was like, I mean, I will brush and floss and wash and mint and put it on. I'm still like, it's nice minty warm breath, but I don't want to smell it nonetheless. Maybe I want to call all my ex-boyfriends and be like, listen, I was breathing on you. I'm sorry. I can't. So while we're talking about, let's just do one more on Fat Bastard. I want to know if Tara will tell us what tricks he's got up his sleeve to try to steal this election in November. What tricks is he going to pull?
Yes, Jason, I had to go to the past to open that one up. My whole family ain't got anything in this house that you won't get.
I'm with you, Ian. Up to 300,000 people by the end of the year dead is that's unacceptable. These are lives. There's people with families. It's BS. And again, it's not taking out old people. I had a friend in New York, young, killed him. He didn't have pre-existing condition. He wasn't diabetic. He didn't have any, still killed him. Mm-hmm. But again, it doesn't exist until it touches somebody you know, right? What's Fat Bastard going to try to do to steal this mess in 2020? I wish I could say Fat Bastard in my Mike Myers voice. Fat Bastard. What you got, Johnny?
There is, it's the same playbook.
Okay.
Somebody overseas, here with the Ten of Cups, somebody they know. This is a Cambridge Analytica type thing. I don't know if it's them specifically, but it's something like that. Some sort of agency that deals with numbers and IP addresses and that type of deal. The Lovers and the Ace of Wands, they do have some sort of action that they are going to take with that. The Fool and the High Priestess and the Ten of Swords, they're doing something to make sure that the Fool is nowhere caught up in it. This is how Donald Trump always escaped justice, because the people around him is who do it, and then he doesn't have his hands directly on it. Then politics as usual with the Five of Wands, create a distraction, and then we'll do this type of thing. So there's going to be some other. That's what the Obama thing is. It's meant to be a distraction, but the George Floyd thing is helping. But the Obama thing is meant to be a distraction while they go behind the back and do all this other crap, because they have nothing on Obama, but Republicans love when you attack Obama for anything. So there you go.
I also get to, I'm gonna look, what I'm getting is after. So I'm almost wondering too, after he loses is when the real bullshittery is gonna come out. They've already got the plan set in motion trying to give it birth with the Empress and the Chariot. This is gonna be, we're gonna see it though on this world stage. I think there's more gonna be involved. So we're probably gonna see, when this is investigated, whenever this comes out, Russia, Saudi Arabia, a lot of world players. I'm also getting Bill Barr, because I'm seeing the Hierophant, and for some reason I can't get his fat fuck Freddy face out of my mind. He is kind of the mastermind, because that's next to the Empress setting birth. He's behind some stuff, and I think the distraction, like you said, is what's going to go into the election. But I think the real bullshittery is going to happen after he loses. I don't know why. That's kind of what I'm getting. Yeah, the Star, when he loses and it crumbles.
It's probably kind of like, because this could be a game plan for Republicans in the future. Mm-hmm. But it's like when he won and then all the crap came out. And then now that he lost, and then you get, Biden in with his petty behavior and his his "I'm going to get you, sucker" mentality, and the next thing you know, all of that comes out, and then it hurts the rest of the Republicans who could have benefited from the game plan that they had.
Mm-hmm. When he said, "I'm going to get you, sucker," I immediately thought of the movie and the theme song. It was like, "In your dirty mother, don't say that."
Because it rang in my head, so it came out.
"I'm going to get you, sucker, you dirty mother, don't say that."
I have that song in my phone, actually.
Oh my God, I love that movie. I'll watch that when we're done with this. God bless Robert Townsend. Okay, let's get into a little bit of celebrity grease, just because why not?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Y'all know I'm a petty hoe. The Black Bachelor. His name is Matt James. Oh, ABC, you doing this for the ratings? What's going on? I feel like they had, okay, again, this is my petty boots, and this is my damn channel, so I can do as petty boots as I am effing want to be. I feel like they were getting ready to announce the White Bachelor, and then something happened. They were like, let's go find somebody real quick. Yeah. Okay. I'm pretty sure Matt James didn't even know that he was about to be the Bachelor. I mean, I don't know. Let's do a general read so I don't put my petty boots bull crap into this read.
It's true. Like, what? They didn't want no Black Bachelor.
No, because here's what's gonna happen. Here's let's just call the thing the thing. You're gonna put the Black Bachelor out, which then you're gonna, to keep certain sectors of the demographic happy, you would need to do a majority Black female cast, because we know that the ABC's audience is not going to want to see an interracial couple thrown out. They're just come on, you guys. Disney's owned by, or ABC's owned by Viacom, who's owned by Disney, who pumps billions of dollars into Trump. You can look it up. I didn't lie. So they're not going to want to see that. So which means this all Black cast, The Bachelor, I don't think that's going to swoon over. I'm curious to see.
I don't understand that show, period. First of all, I'm not about to try to date somebody that 50 other people want to date at the same time.
That you all booed up, kissing, hugging, and humping in a hot tub.
Ain't nobody dingling that good to where I want to go behind 50 other people. And like, I don't know where you been, and I got to come.
All kinds of scabies and
you ain't giving me the itches and scratches just so I can be on TV.
Right, just so I can get the ring. No, miss me with that.
You can be on The Bachelor and a gonorrhea commercial at the same time. Congratulations.
Does it burn when you pee? So call Johnson & Johnson. You know, like, I'm gonna do a general read because I literally guffawed.
I can't, and I ain't. So what happened? Why is he?
Oh my God! Even his headshot looks like somebody went and took it with a cell phone real quick. Like a typical Bachelor. Like they really found the first they found walking down.
Like, come here.
Yeah. Put the boulevard or help, and was just like, bruh, you want to be on The Bachelor? Find this real quick, and then let's take this picture of you on our cell phone.
How easy is he? Got a PhD or MD or something? Like, all right, what's the catch? Like, why are you the guy? I can't.
I had another rant, but I'm gonna hold it
in. Let's see. Yeah, I got 3 cups in the beginning. This is emotional.
Yeah, mine start with the King of Cups.
Yeah, this is yeah.
And with the High Priestess, this ain't legit. This ain't fair. Mm-mm. They just want ratings, but it's gonna backfire because I'm also getting the 4 swords. So kind of taking that rest and sitting this out. This is not gonna pan out how they thought it. How do I put this? From a ratings perspective, it may start strong, but it's not going to end strong. And then I also think, I wonder if they will even pull it. they can't pull it, but they're just kind of like, yeah. And they kind of blame it on, well, he wasn't interesting, or blame it on him when they know that this was a half-cocked, dang-fangled bullshittery plan to begin with.
Mm-hmm. I got naive right in the beginning here with the Page of Cups. There is 9 of Cups, desired effect. The 8 of Cups, new horizons, because something is going on now. And then boom, they hatched a plan with the 7 of Swords. There's some little sneaky something behind it. 5 of Cups, there's some sadness in the world. Yeah. And then manipulation with the Magician. I pulled 2 runes. And the I forgot that fast. Legus is emotions. So there's your emotions, just like I say. And then Kanas is false hope and exposure.
It's also money. Yeah. False hope and money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's this, hey, like, I think he believes that he was chosen, but I mean, listen, if they're gonna pay you to do this bullshittery, then I guess he said go ahead. But the only reason he's there because of the climate right now. Yeah. That's it.
I'm wondering too with this 4 of Swords is I'm wondering if he's going to start to catch on, and he's going to have a hard time he's going to play the play, but I'm wondering if he's going to have a hard time, like it's going to sit on him.
Let's follow up. How is he going to function through his season?
You looked at. I'm gonna do chakra for him.
Because isn't he supposed to get married to one of them at the end, or at least
propose
or some crap? Yeah. Like, how's this going to play out for him? We'll do 3 and 3. We'll do some runes too.
I'm trying not to be petty.
This is the petty section, so I think it's all right.
Physical body, I would not be certain. I keep getting the clap. Physical body, this is going to impact his physical.
You don't say too. I keep getting it. What's wrong?
Yeah. Why does it burn when I make pee-pee? Because a bunch of girls suck your ding-a-ling in the hot tub. That's why it burns when you pee-pee. Okay, so it's going to impact his physical body. Please be careful, bruh. Wrap it up. I get the third eye chakra, which is all about that perception, that third eye, manifesting your physical abilities. And I actually got the physical ability card in divine consciousness with the crown chakra, being able to connect to universe. This is actually going to, I hate to say this, but I don't think this is going to feel well for him physically or psychologically or spiritually. This is going to mess with him. Because he's going to realize that he was the pawn, if he hasn't already figured that out by now, that this was not legit. Also, I think how the women on the show treat him and relate to him is really going to mess with him psychologically. I don't think it's going to be so much the show itself, but the actions that happen throughout the show.
So he's going to expect fealty from people who just want to be on TV. Mm-hmm. So that goes back to the naive.
And please,
know what he got himself into.
Don't let all them girls suck your ding-a-ling in the hot tub. Please.
And they shouldn't want to. It's a petri dish.
It's a petri. Like, just don't let them suck your ding-a-ling in the hot tub.
Ugh.
Or put the condom on before they suck your ding-a-ling in the hot tub.
Don't.
I know it doesn't feel as good.
Just still don't.
Just don't.
Just don't.
Or just lie and tell the camera she said.
Go find the ice cream truck, get you a bomb pop. I mean, all you got to worry about is maybe some listeria. But
yeah. Oh gosh.
I got 3 of Pentacles. That's his job.
Yeah.
And 4 of Pentacles. This is a contract. And then 8 of Wands. He'll voice something after the fact.
Yes.
But I get these again. exposure and the emotions. This one is bad timing with the Yero. Now this one, I swear to God, I picked it at random. Kanaz. And now, when you go back into the Elder Futhrak, it means torch, but it could also mean ulcer, sore, and blister.
On your pee-pee, on your ding-a-ling, because you let the trick suck your ding.
So, ulcer and torch, as in flame, as in light, as in your haunches is on fire.
As in a wart on your ding-a-ling.
Yes. So I'm just saying, stay out of people and wait till you get to the end, like the Virgin Bachelor or something. Like you don't have to sleep with all of them, but you know that's why they're there. So whatever, I can't. At least sleep with the cameraman. Switch it up or something. Just one person.
So much that I'm holding in right now that I'm surprised you can't see the steam coming out of my ears. I'm being very good. I'm holding a lot in. Okay. Johnny, what about J.K. Rowling?
So she is tweeting out some stuff that has got all the Harry Potter fans on fire. She basically said that this all started in a conversation about the bathroom and how she doesn't want transgender women in the bathroom because they were not assigned at birth female. And so she's saying that genetic female and transgender female shouldn't be in the same place. You shouldn't be called women. You should be called something else. And like she went all off on the deep end with the whole transgender thing. And then naturally, their beloved Harry Potter is written by her. So now everybody is beyond pissed off. And all the actors have come out and rebuked her and said that no, transgender woman is a woman, blah, blah, blah. And so I just want to know, what is the fallout? Because sad to say, in the words of Charlie Sheen, already got your money, dude. So she has nothing else on the horizon, I don't think. So I can't really say career-wise, but people say they can't enjoy the Harry Potter now. So does that affect, what does it affect? Like what happens now? Like what is I don't know if we need to do general read, or will she be forced to apologize, and then will she even mean it if she does? And Harry Potter's over.
I detest the apology tour.
Yes, me too.
I detest it. You said what you said because at that time you meant what you meant.
Mm-hmm.
Now, don't go on tour to apologize, because then that just shows that you didn't mean it and you're forced to do it. And I can't stand that. Just own up to what you said. You said it. Have your actions show differently.
So let's see. What's the fallout, I guess, is my question.
I'm going to look at what she needs to work on in her effed up shop.
Because she said she had some sort of previous trauma about being a female that's non-genetic females would not have. And so she has this stance now that a transgender woman is not a woman.
Which, as having peed in a bathroom with transgender women in Los Angeles, I will tell you, and just this is my opinion, guess what? They just want to piss. Mm-hmm. They're not looking at your stuff, they going into the toilet to pee, come out, wash their hands, and leave. In the store. Mm-hmm. What do you do when you in the toilet? And again, how many times has she peed next to a transgender woman and didn't know?
Yeah.
So.
And there is there's a picture. I was watching The View a long time ago when this situation first came up. Mm-hmm. And Joy Behar showed a picture of one of her friends, and it's a transgender man, female to male, and full beard, the whole bit. But since it still has the genetic parts of a female, so do you want him to walk into the ladies' room with this full ass beard, or do you want him to go to the men's room? So, like, what are mm-hmm. Anyway? I get King of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles. there is some sort of conversation she wants to have. I think she may want to, or they may want to, or may push her into having a conversation with one of the actors. And like having some sort of sit down and, hey, let me bring you up to 2020 where we are, not 20, whatever, where you are. 7 of Cups and the 10 of Cups. This is where I get that they may have a little powwow between her and the Harry Potter crew. That way Harry Potter is not stained by the author.
Yeah. Page
of Pentacles and the Justice and the Star. I think she will evolve, but it's not without offers. She still has to accept. This is where free will comes into play. You can't, this just says this is what could happen. She still has the choice to go the other way. Yes, they're going to reach out and say, hey, let's have a conversation, but she doesn't have to, because it ends in the Tower and her morals with the Hierophant. So this is still up to her in her inside. Just because we think that she's behind doesn't mean she thinks she's behind.
Exactly. Yeah.
She thinks she's right. That's why she said it. So she has the chance to make this right, but we'll see what she does.
Only way this works for her and the change happens for her if she has got to get in touch with her sacral chakra. There are some this is emotional. This is just there's a hurt behind. So I think what you were saying, you said there's something that may have happened in her past that caused this, her stance on this. There's a lot of emotion that for the sacral chakra, this is about feelings, expression, mood, and balance. She cannot, it's going to take they're going to try to lead this horse to the water, but I'm not sure from an emotional standpoint, she'll be able to drink it. This is a hard, deep-rooted feeling that she has. Something has happened that makes her have this feeling. It's tied to the emotions. And we all know to clear up anything emotional, it takes a lot of work. There's a lot of insight that has to happen, a lot of owning the emotions, sitting with the emotions, recognizing it, a lot of cognitive behavioral therapy. If she's willing to do that work, she'll overcome it. If not, she's not going to, there's not going to be much change from that stance. Talking about presence with her crown chakra, awareness, attention, reality, and connection. She does not, I hate to say this, but it's true. There's a stigma attached. She does not see anybody who is transgender as human. Therefore, there is no connection to understanding that they're still human beings and we're all interconnected. So there's a presence issue with interconnection and crown chakra she needs to work on. She fucked up by speaking out because this is her throat chakra. While she was speaking truth, her truth, this was not universal divine truth. This is about sound, being careful about the vibration that she put out from your voice. What she said was basically anti-LGBTQ. And now she's having to, but does not understand. She's not really understanding the fallout. What you said can be considered by some hate speech. And so that has to resonate with her, that what you said could be considered by a lot hate speech. So watch the sounds that come out of your mouth. And then her base chakra, her root chakra, her connection to community, family. And this card is particularly about possessions. I'm thinking her brand goodwill is screwed up now because of this. And it's going to take a lot the potential sales from Harry Potter could be hurt. Any potential earnings, monies, things that were tied to Harry Potter are now in jeopardy because of what she said in her stance. So really kind of messing with that root chakra right there. I get she's projecting it. I think it's both. There is a pain that she has that she is projecting it out, which is why throat chakra and sacral chakra came up for her. So there's something that happened that she has a base for this, and she can't see past that because that's clouding all of her emotions.
Mm-hmm. Because this is hatred, violence. This is prejudice. This is hardship. So for her, and I was asking more along the lines of her brand now. And that's what a lot of people are going to see when they hear the word Harry Potter.
They're not going to be able to separate the author
from her.
From that.
And I will admit to being one of those people to where I hear, this is why I don't like to watch a whole lot of celebrity interviews, because they got one time to say something weird or crazy or just plain old messed up, and then I'm off you forever. Like I can't watch it the same way anymore because you, the person, said this. You, the actor, or you, the singer. I can't separate the two. Not always. Sometimes I can, but not always.
Yeah.
And so I've never seen Harry Potter, so I don't really. I don't connect. So
or read the books.
Yeah, I definitely read no book.
My sister used to listen to them on audio tape, and there's the actor who would, every time I got in her car, she had them playing, and this guy had this awful Cockney accent, and that's all I would hear was like, "Huncho, Harry Potter, we're going to die right now." And I would honestly would debate jumping out of her car on the freeway. And so that for me ruined Harry Potter. I know that's people it's a great series, whatever. I just hear "oh boy" with that horrible Cockney accent, and I can't get past it.
And I like wizards and magic and stuff. I just never seen that.
Yeah.
I've never wanted to though either.
Okay. Talk about my boyfriend who broke up with his boyfriend.
So Anderson Cooper is co-parenting. I don't even know the man's name with his ex-boyfriend. Because they just now had, Anderson had a son, Wyatt. They said they broke up. One of the main reasons was Anderson wanted a kid and the other guy didn't. And so they just had a life split. I want this out of life. You want that out of life. So, but now that Anderson has Wyatt, which is the kid's name, because I kept calling him Child earlier, so I'm trying to call him by his name.
That's the first time I've heard you say the little boy's name. I was like, oh, he has
Wyatt. He has Wyatt now. Now the other guy,
Josh. Why am I getting a J name?
I don't know what the man's name is. He says that he likes the child now. He gets emotional in places he didn't, and Anderson is saying the same thing. And so, anywho, are they going to get back together? Because they're co-parenting.
I was wrong as fuck. It's Benjamin Masani.
I wanted to say Ben, but I thought I'd seen that name somewhere else.
Where did I get Josh from? That's so racist. Naming people what I want to name them. Because he doesn't look like a Josh. He looks like a Benjamin. Let me stop lying. Okay. What we're looking at?
Will they get back together? Because they're co-parenting right now. It's not both of their kid. It's Anderson's kid, but they're co-parenting.
Yeah.
So will they get back together?
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. If they do, there's another walking away with the Eight of Cups. They'll stay broken up for a while, a lot of defending and fighting. They both may love the boy, but I still think at the root of their relationship, there were still some other issues that were going on. And I think if they get back together, those will come back up.
Yeah, I get the Fool and the High Priestess. There's a stop-start to them. They have a thing, because Anderson called him family. That's the reason they're co-parenting. He's still family. But I think that the world has moved on for Anderson Cooper with the Fool and the High Priestess.
Yeah.
Because he understands the stress and the strain. The sun is around the stress and the strain.
Mm-hmm.
So it's he's a person, I guess this is a good thing, who learned from his mistake.
Yep.
So he learned where he was, and he didn't want to go back there. So I could still be friends with him because we were together for 10 years or whatever the hell, but it's not something he wants to go and deep dive into and be all together again. This is movement without change. Like they'll go forward, but they won't be in a relationship. And then this is your emotions, and this is also like depression and all that. So it's not an emotional connection. It's just I knew him for so long. He's family. He's around the kid because whatever. But no, not together again.
Yeah, I clarified, you guys. His partner did cheat.
Oh.
Yep, because I got the star, which is a yes card for me. The partner did cheat, and in Anderson's mind, if he goes back to that, Anderson will see himself as the fool, not so like stepping. He knows what that's
he learned from his mistake.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, no, thank you for loving the kid. This is cool. I like having somebody to help me make this little boy a man and help, but as done, house. Another person who likes to get his ding-a-ling sucked in the hot tub. I'm just yeah, that's not gonna work out. Colin Kaepernick, first and foremost. This is another one of those apologies that you can take and fold in four corners and shove it where the sun doesn't shine. This man had been telling you for years, this is not about protesting America. This is about protesting police brutality. So again, the NFL commissioner, you can fold it in four corners and shove it where the sun don't shine. Now you're going to say, oh, I understand where Colin was coming from. He was telling you from the beginning, you fat bastard.
It only took the death or the murder, of George Floyd and
multiple
international protests for you to come up with that.
Come on, man. Eat a hot bowl. As Ice-T says, I'm quoting Ice-T, YouTube, so shut up. Eat a hot bowl of dicks. Excuse the expression. That's hot Ice-T's. That's not mine, although I say it often. So what was your question with Colin? I'm sorry.
I wanted to know, would he ever get signed by a team?
Yeah.
So here's my thing. And I would say that I misjudged somebody too. And JJ Watt, who is on the Texans. And he's big country corn fed white dude. And he is beloved by every MAGA hat person on earth, and all all white people like him. But he's endearing to more than just white people, but all white people like him. So I'm like, I seen his name, and JJ Watt gives a statement about the flag and protest, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's gonna be the whole I stand for the. But he said, don't assume that people know me. He said this was never about the flag. That's what he said. Now, he didn't say he was kneeling, but still, he said this protest was never about the flag. So even he understands that, but not even he, because I'm grouping him with the MAGA hats, but he understands that. And he said that. And that's a good thing for white football players to stand in line with their darker brethren to say this is not about the flag. So I misjudged him on that one. Not that y'all knew that, but say that.
I'm sorry. A whole bunch too late. Where this has been going on for how long? How long? This is all about a PR campaign. Y'all trying to. I don't forget, and a lot of people won't forget. History won't forget that y'all drug this man through the mud. But then all of a sudden now y'all trying to come out and say
the mud and the street
and covered in dookie. Will he get signs? Because that to me will be the only thing that will show me that they're paying attention and that they've seen it, is that they give this man his job back.
I get a no.
Yeah. Spiritually, I get a no, but I want to see what tarot says.
I get the 5 of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and then the Magician. There might be some sort of publicity type thing like he did when he was working out in the glass building or whatever the hell that was. But there's some sort of manipulation behind that. I get Kanaz, which is false hope. I get Ingwas, which is movement without change. And and then I get Gebel, which is supposed to be his offer. But there is some teasing that, oh, we are in talks or conversation with Colin Kaepernick. But
yep.
I mean,
I get something very similar. I get Prince of Wands, the Sun, the Devil, Two of Swords, and Three of Wands. The plan is to capitalize and get, because they also noticed that viewership was going down and has steadily been going down for years, and they know it's tied back to Colin Kaepernick, and because a lot of people of color, even a lot of allies, were like, I'm done with the NFL. So this is trying to get back on the good graces. They're going to put up a good front. The Two of Swords showing this, but we're going to make it seem like we can't make a decision, or he's going to have a hard time finding a team. But this was the plan from the beginning, because I also have the Devil. They have no intention. They're once again using him and using his platform and his voice to try to make themselves look like they're inclusive when they're not.
Yeah. And to be fair, I mean, he does have some work he need to do, because he's not the greatest of quarterbacks. I'm just throwing it out there. San Francisco 49ers is my favorite team of all time. He could have done better, but he's not awful, and he is an asset to a team.
Yes.
So, and he's still young. He's not 35. 35 is usually the cutoff age, because this when your knees and stuff start going bad. But he's still at that age to where he can play some games.
He can play some
Maybe
games.
if he was there, y'all wouldn't have lost the Super Bowl. But anyway.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Oh my God. Jay, we gonna read on Jay? So I take that as a no.
I want to, but me too. Oh, my cleavage is hot.
I can't even explain this. And I'm gonna be just a rude bitch and pass the baton to you and make you explain it. Because even then,
I forgot all about him until you said something right now.
I was like, I need to be a better friend and like co-reader and not leave you completely hanging, because I'm the petty ass that said a whole bunch of shit before we started reading.
I say let's do it in.
Oh God! Or do you want to read the Nicki Minaj question and leave, and then end with?
We can do it right. We can do Jay.
Okay.
Like, I ain't scared of no. I ain't scared of y'all.
I'm gonna use my African Americans deck.
You finally got it?
Yes.
That heifer. Lord.
I sent my deck, because she's my friend. She's never gonna read tarot. She just wants.
It.
So I sent her my deck, and then used her deck when it finally showed up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lord Jesus.
Yep. And this heifer asked me one more time what these cards mean. I'm like, bitch, there's a booklet. Read.
Yes, it is.
Read the booklets. Or she could have done Johnny's Patreon and read tarot from there. But
I went through every single one of them with you.
Every single one. Shit, I took the damn class.
I'm gonna put on my kente cloth. That way y'all don't think I'm talking about.
The revolution will not be televised.
I ain't all the way woke, but I'm woke enough.
Oh God, I gotta get my
Lord. Okay.
Woo, me and these faux dreadlocks. My Bob Marley Rastafari. Let me fan up in my scalp real quick.
So, Jay Pharoah is his name. And he is a comedian, very good at impressions and the whole, he do everybody. Everybody's got a voice, he can do it, right? He's very funny. He's been in movies, I'm sure. I don't know. I don't follow him like that. But Jay Pharoah recently shared an experience he had. This is loud. Recently shared an experience he had where he was jogging down the street and the police pulled him over or stopped him or whatever it was. And it escalated to the point to where they had him on the ground in handcuffs with the knee in his neck. Now he's famous. And he was even telling them, because they were looking for somebody that looked like him with the sweatpants on and all that. He said, Google my name and you will find out that I'm not that person. And so eventually, they didn't Google his name. Eventually, it come over on the radio that the person they're looking for has been apprehended. Yep. So then they let him go. And then he said, take these effing cuffs off of me and the whole bit. A little dingy part of me does not believe this story altogether.
When I read it, I immediately I had the same exact reaction when I read this.
There's a video of it apparently. Mm-hmm. So I guess something happened, but
I had the same reaction. I had the night because I read the Jussie Smollett story before it was trending, and I read the story, and first thing that came out of my mouth was something ain't right with this.
That's me too.
And I brushed it off because I'm like, something's not right with this, and moved on. And then the story came out, and everyone's like, "Oh, Jussie, justice for Jussie," and I'm like, y'all can hump on that if you want to.
I wasn't there.
But I'm gonna sit back quietly because what I don't want to do is ever disparage anybody's story about racism. Because I'm not gonna come out and say that didn't happen because God knows how. Because then I'm like, you're talking get somebody's human experience. So I'm not gonna do that. However, some didn't feel right. Now, when I read this man's story, I said, something's not feeling right, or there's more to this something. And then I once again had the black guilt of, damn, I'm not supporting my brother. By the way, Sagine, thank you so much for the super chat. I know I just butchered your name, but thank you.
Sagine. I said it right the other day, apparently.
Thank you for the super chat. You're so sweet. So that's why y'all were laughing.
I'm like, there's a video of it, so maybe like he couldn't have made it up. When Jussie happened, I did the reading. I still remember it. I don't remember a whole lot of my readings. In fact, I don't remember 99% of them. But that one I remember because I went to the reading saying, okay, I'm going to use 4 different decks because I want to do the reading 4 different times because I think I'm bringing a predisposed opinion to my psychic reading.
Yeah.
So I don't want to influence it, but I'm going to do 4 different ones and they all say the same thing. Yeah. And so in particular instance, I feel like it's just something something in the water ain't clean. And I don't know what it is.
Little tinge piss in that toilet water. Mm-hmm. A tinge.
It's a little tingy bit. Just a little bit. I just didn't want to sound like the person who didn't like. I don't believe the woman when she's raped. So I don't believe the black man when he said he's experienced racist. I didn't want to sound like that person, but
at the same time, I also don't need yellow pee to come out the sky to know that God is pissing on us, and that's not just rain.
Come on, somebody. So I'm like, okay.
And like I said with Jussie, Lord have all the mercy if this is fake. Because this is not the time. This is not.
And see, I don't think the entire thing is made up because I did my I did the Lenormand. It ended in the snake, but it had some info before it, and then it got to the fox. I did a line of 5. Yeah. Then they get the fox and the snake, and so somebody's manipulating, somebody's making something up. But there was still an incident with the other 3 cards. I don't remember what they were. So something happened, just not the way he said.
There's something. As I visualized the assault, and I do see there was force and there was brute force, but how do I put this? Was there words said, action was there something more to this story? And that's how I'm going to put it.
That's what I think. I think he may have exaggerated for effect. Is what I think, because he's told this story on a talk show.
Yeah,
on the talk, I think, when they was doing their Skype interview or whatever it was. I just feel like something is off though.
He's out there sharing his story. I'm going to put with the Six of Pentacles. There is a judgment out there. Because next is the Judgment card, followed by the Five of Swords. So this defending action, and then also after that, the Five of Pentacles. So being left out in the cold, and then it ends with the Three of Swords, which is heartbreak. The story's true. There's just more to it. There's a yes and.
Yeah.
It happened, however. And yeah, because what's really tipping me off is this Five of Swords and Five of Pentacles. Here's the thing. I hate to say this, you guys, but just bear with me. As people of color, most of us have a story of racism, discrimination. We have it. It's just unfortunate. That is our experience of being Black in America. These stories are true. You don't have to add pizzazz and zhuzh to make them any more effective. We have the world's ear right now. All you have to say is, hey, I got pulled over and I was scared for my life and it really fucking sucked. And people would go, wow, and just tell the story. And you'd be amazed how many people would go, I don't have that experience when I get pulled over. That really sucks. I hate that you have to do this, and that Black Americans have to go through that. And that would have been powerful enough. Mm-hmm. You don't need to add these sprinkles, because what can end up happening too is now there can be an investigation on those cops. There can be so much more. And then it's going to come out when they're just doing their job. And then how much more shit is that going to stir? Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Mm-hmm. What'd you get, Johnny?
There's a recollection of the past here with the Six of Cups. So this is his accounting of the story. Mm-hmm. And then the Seven of Swords. There is some strategy behind it. It was told in a way to make it sound worse than it was. Yeah. I do get that he told the truth, though, because I get the rune of Ahas, which is an honest person. So he wasn't lying. He was interjecting some stuff for effect. Yep. It was yes. He was trying to take advantage of the situation. Yep. And it happened, but it was not I don't want to even say it was not that bad, because being pulled over by the police, being mistaken for somebody else, and you didn't let him go until they came and said, oh, the person you're looking for is actually apprehended, and the person you got right now is the wrong person, and then you harassed him pretty much. I would feel the same way. So I can't knock him over the head for a colorful story, because I would probably get on here and do the exact same thing. When I told my DMV story, like, yes, all of that happened, but I made it colorful because that's what Southern people do. But okay, I'm done talking about it. I'm gonna take the kente cloth though, because
mine's on, but I'll go ahead and stand down and take mine off. You want to look at Miss Minaj?
She is doing a song with a 5'4" bag of trash named Tekashi 6ix9ine.
How? One more time for the people in the back who didn't hear it. He's a what? Let me
a 5'4" bag of trash.
Okay, I heard that.
Named Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Okay.
He is one of these, and mind you, you can like the child if you want to. I ain't telling you not to. I'm just saying I don't like trolls. I don't like people who do crap for attention.
Yeah, he's that Muppet with all the tattoos and the colorful hair that's real stringy because he keeps bleaching it to put different. Okay, yeah, y'all know him.
He looks gross. He looks ridiculous. He has a kid too.
Oh God.
God bless America.
Oh.
But I ain't going through all his stuff. I did readings on him, so go back if you're interested. But Nicki Minaj, a person who I do like, She did I almost said a reading with him. She did a song with him called Trolls. Will this hurt her reputation? Because Tekashi 6ix9ine is not necessarily a fan favorite among the African Americans because he snitched.
Got out of lockdown for snitching. He went to lockdown, and part of his lockdown agreement was that he snitched.
Mm-hmm.
And how he got out of lockdown right now is because he cried COVID.
Is that how?
And all the other brothers who he snitched on is still locked up, but he got to get out because he said, "Well, I'm looking at the microphone. I need to look at the damn camera." And he got to get out because he cried that he was going to get the COVIDs.
He looks like an infection if syphilis were a person. Yes,
that's 100% accurate.
Because he look itchy, and he looks like
he looks like the byproduct of giving a guy a Hummer in a hot tub.
Like if you go meet him, take your bleach wipes. That's all I'm saying.
And wear a bubble suit. He looks like his spit stank.
Mm-hmm.
What will happen to her career? Will she have a ding?
Because some people are immune from backlash. Like Beyonce did a song with Eminem, and then Eminem still got all his haters, and so they listened to the song anyway, and then said nothing to her.
Yeah.
So some people are immune from backlash, but I don't know if she is. Let's see.
I don't think there's going to be backlash. I just don't think the song's going to be that great. I don't think it's going to do that well.
And it's called Trolls.
It is called Trolls. People aren't coming for him. They've kind of changed their perspective on him because they get the hanged man. They're going to do a lot to market and try to share this. She's going to try to share the stage with him, the Six of Pentacles, but people are so kind of over him that I just don't think it's going to, I don't think it's going to do well. She's going to have to go back to the drawing board and kind of come up with a new shtick, because I get the Empress at the crop, that's at the base, King of Swords at the crown, and then it ends with the High Priestess. Yeah, this isn't going to do well. I don't necessarily see backlash, but I just don't think this is going to give her the recognition, clout that she thought this collaboration is going to do.
And I'm very surprised she did it. So I get the Lovers and Six of Wands, and it's crossed by the Eight of Cups. So there will be some deflection from the Barb Army, or whatever you want to call them. But there's Death in the Fool. So this is like a start and a stop. This is not really going to go anywhere. So it's going to hit the airwaves, and people who always have liked him will probably like it, and then the rest of us is not interested. Yeah. Here with the fighting and the justice, the fairness is not balanced. Her word of warning is the Three of Swords. So this is a bad look. And then she may be asked about it. She has a radio show or some crap like that. There's Four of Swords and the Three of Cups is how it ends. So you will have to kind of go back, like you say, to the drawing board. That Four of Swords is a retreat, and that Three of Cups is new collaboration, celebration. Like you're going to have to go back to what worked, and this is not it.
It's not it. She's going to have to try something new. This isn't going to give her little added 15 minutes of Nicki Minaj that she was hoping for.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a complete failure. It's not going to be what she was hoping to get out of it. Well, lesson learned. You have anything else, Johnny, you want to look at?
No.
I ended the sentence with a preposition. I hate when I do that.
I hated English, but I always catch myself when I say at the end of my sentences.
Gosh.
And I hate that too, because I'm not the English police, and I always hated when back in the day I learned how to type through AOL Instant Messenger. And people would say, or they would type something and miss a letter, and then they would type the real word right after that with the little asterisk, like this is what I meant. Like, I know what you mean. I'm not the English teacher. I'm not going to judge you.
Right.
I can't stand that.
Oh my gosh. My only quip on English is your, and your.
And there, and there.
I will sometimes forgive there, and there. It's the your, and your. That real, I don't know why, because it completely changes the whole context of the sentence.
It does.
And that drives me absolutely in, because it's not like, oh, it's a typo. It's like, no, fool, you didn't know.
Spelled it all the way wrong.
They are versus there as in a possession, or there as in location, oder. So that's my only English quip, because that drives me insane. But thank you guys so much for whoever, all of you guys. I got a lot of great questions. So thank you guys for dropping questions. I really appreciate it. There was a couple we didn't get to, but we're at almost 2 hours and 30 minutes. So we're going to let y'all go to bed. Thank you, Johnny, for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. We always have a blast. Even if we have our inside joke that we laughed at for 10 minutes and nobody knew what the frick we were on.
That's all right.
Laughing at.
It was only for a selected few anyhow.
Everybody who gets super chats, like, holy crap, you guys. Thank you so much. I may it return to you tenfold. So thank you so very much for that. Johnny, anything you want to, you guys, you're doing your typical Sunday reading tomorrow. Whose channel are you guys going to be on?
Mine.
Yours tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I was thinking it was Jen Lynn, but you guys were on Jen Lynn last week.
I don't know. It's mine tomorrow. I just wait for my turn. I don't really know. But Lori from The Way of Positive Change will join us tomorrow.
Okay. So go check them out tomorrow on Johnny's channel. Guys, thank you. I just got it. Who? CA? Who is? Oh,
Jay Roches.
Jay Roches, thank you so much. So sweet of you guys. Thank you so much for the super chats. I'm still kind of like, me? Why? Why me? I don't deserve that. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for cackling with us. We appreciate it. We will keep doing our thing and collaborating and keeping some lightheartedness to the bullshit that's going on. We're going to leave you with some parting words. Don't let anybody suck your dingling in a hot tub.
Oh, Lord.
So with that, keep your dingling clean and you guys have a good one. Bye.